Yo, what's going on, you guys? LYVHH vlog here. I got my boy Alonzo. He's actually my tattoo artist. And we're going to start this off by talking about, Xxxtentacion. Anyways, he's actually one of my favorite artists currently. And I think he's going to go down in history. And with that, I feel like a lot of people judge him right away. And I feel like he needs proper analyzation to be understood. And I feel like this is a good contrast relationship because that's what we do as artists is we analyze things. His art and his projects need that extra attention, and I just feel like with us talking, you might understand why I grew from someone that didn't understand why someone could just yell and scream over distorted bass and stuff, and I just didn't understand as a musician, and it actually just pissed me off. But 6 months later, I'm a part of his like cult fan base or whatever, if even, I don't know. There's probably way more devoted fans than I am. But I'm a full supporter in what he does because I see each song has a meaning, and he's an innovator in his own way because of like each move he takes and each song he makes and each project he begins doing is for a reason. And I didn't realize that until he did that. I'm sure there's many artists that do that on a regular, but like he really set that standard for modern music and having meaning. And we're going to start it off with, he has a really good introduction. I suggest you listen to the actual album from start to finish to really get a full understanding. But we're going to do a quick summary. We're going to quickly talk about it. This is the first song, real song on the album, disregarding his introduction. Find out how to win one of these soon.
Damn, who that?
I'll send you her at, bro.
What?
I'll send you her Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna start this off and say he's a good singer. He actually had singing lessons as a kid. But given his resources, he just excels. This is a good statement as a first song. Those are triplets.
It sets the tone for the rest of the album, I think.
Yes, it's the sound of the rest of the album. So if you're gonna judge his freaking music as being distorted, he's doing everything. I can't think of another rapper that's singing on a level that he is.
That's true, because like, you know, speaking on what he said, I was the exact opposite. I got into like X, like 16, 17, I think. And I got really into him. I came across him on No Jumper. And I like watched his fucking interviews. And with Adam and then a couple other people. And that kind of really put me on to him. And then I kind of started listening to his music, and I wasn't really feeling him musically, but like as a person, I fucked with him, and so
nice.
He started with his fucking social media fucking bullshit.
Because it's opposite of me.
Kind of just like, all right, this guy's fucking stupid.
And he showed me the importance of knowing the person's intentions. This is I don't even speak Spanish. LOL. I think this song is genius in its own way because if this song goes to the radio, no bad words. I don't even speak Spanish, LOL, would pop up on your guys' stereo.
That's a fucking title for that.
That's smart. I think he's moving in ways, he's maneuvering.
He took a step back on this song versus like the other songs you showed me.
Yeah.
He's really in the background and letting this guy do his own thing.
Because he knows the feature is the talent of the song for sure.
And this guy just fucking kills it.
And when X comes in, he's mumbling and stuff, but it makes you look up his lyrics, and I think that's one thing that X does to where you have to get into him to understand. You have to, like, what the heck is this guy saying? It's super catchy. I hope all the chicks dig it, are dancing in the cars, because that's all I'm picturing. So when you hear XXX's name, I don't want people to think that he has one sound.
Yeah, no, like the songs that you showed me and shit, versus the shit that I heard from like about a year ago has really showed his growth as an artist.
Yeah.
He went from being like distorted and kind of like screaming to the microphone, which kind of put me off. But like I was saying, when you told me that we were gonna be listening to X, I fucking hopped on SoundCloud and like started looking at the shit. And some of the first songs were on this album that I listened to, and she's like, holy shit, like he's really changed and like has grown musically.
And I think he's the only one with the intelligence. I'm kind of like really riding his dick, but that sounds bad, but like he's the only one with the intelligence to maneuver in ways to make him mainstream. And this song will do that
because like you have fucking like I was saying with goddamn fucking Little Pump,
right?
6ix9ine.
They're one-hit wonders.
I don't think they're gonna. Well, to last in any industry, you have to be diverse. You gotta be willing to grow and kind of like maneuver around. You know, like as a tattoo artist is kind of what I have to do. Like even though I have like a specific style that I'm good at, you gotta be able to adapt to other genres within that medium to be able to last.
It's just perspective.
Yeah.
This one's really catchy, and he repeats himself a lot. And he starts the album off with saying that he wants to say fewer words, but with bigger meaning. Unfortunately, you get hooked to a song, and then it ends. His whole album has 17 songs. I do believe, 18 songs, 37 minutes long.
But most fucking albums have like 10 songs. It's like over an hour.
Yeah, which is really weird, but he's making a statement. You can already hear the difference between the 3 songs that I played. And there's even more insane songs on this album. Alright, this one's dedicated to the Florida shooting. Right.
I think so.
Parkland.
I think he...
High school.
Fucking go at.
He's gonna verify. But Hope is one of the last songs on here.
Said it himself.
Alright, this is a good time to bring up that he's not afraid to sing about stuff that most people are afraid to bring to people's attention.
Well, people are like uncomfortable bringing up suicide and shit. Like that's a really hard subject to bring up.
Right, and then I forgot which album it is, but he says, I'm here to like cure your depression, and that's a pretty big statement, but I think if someone is a true fan of him, he describes his fans as like people that are really devoted, or you're just a supporter, cult following, and he's trying to like really, I think it's the relatability that makes it comforting. I'm not sure what it is, but it just sets him apart in a way that it just shows his full transparency and vulnerability. That makes him pretty cool. Because could you imagine Xxxtentacion singing about suicide?
No. You know what's weird? I forgot who it was, but I think it was somebody on Vlad TV.
I'm aware.
But I think someone, it was either on that or DJ Small Eyes, he was interviewing a rapper, and he said, like, as rappers, the reason why they flex like that, they're supposed to be kind of like a superhero to the common man. Like, this is who I aspire to be, and like I don't want to look like the guy who was watching me perform. And
there's a lot that goes on behind the flashy music videos, and now I feel like is a good time to bring up like the iconic rapper, and I mean, I'm not gonna throw names around, but like people that or flex in certain ways, and I just don't think it's appropriate. And I'll let you explain more. You know, like
Well,
I think there's the levels to it to where it's like it's inappropriate and it's just uneducated decisions.
It's just like you have these artists kind of like fronting on like almost a false image,
right?
Of like thick gold chains and like all the fucking jewelry they have.
It's
but
important
you go to these fucking like you watch these jewelers because they have fucking YouTubes and shit, and they're calling people out on like the money that they own, and like a lot of those fucking chains and shit are on fucking loans. Like they're paying them off. It's not like fucking.
So they're putting themselves in
walked
situations.
up to this fucking jeweler and dropped like, you know, fucking 300 fucking K on some fucking chain. He probably fucking leased that bitch and like.
Yeah.
People do that. People rent fucking chains. People who can't afford it, like they're flexing on this fucking. Fronting like this false image that they're fucking richer than shit and like, oh, look at all these fucking cars, but like none of them have walked into a place and bought it fucking cash.
Which is interesting because it's just like, even if they did have the money, I think it's important to stay like within your roots and to not get distracted.
Kind of like living within your means. It's like being caught up in the fucking the fucking clout chasing and like.
Yeah, I mean, it could get to people's heads very quickly, and I mean, I get it. It's I would be buying cars too. But it's because I love cars. But at the same time, I think if you were to do that, just making smart financial decisions.
Well, yeah, that's why they go fucking broke though. Like take on like a 50 Cent. He fucking invested in vitamin water.
Yeah,
people,
and then
that guy was investing in shit that people
baller.
Yeah, like he's fucking rich as shit. And
That's the steps you need to take.
Despite like the bankruptcy shit, like that doesn't mean you're fucking broke. It
just means a businessman.
Bankruptcy is entirely something else. I think it's like there's a artist I listen to right now. His name is Deniro Ferrar. You guys check him out if you're interested in not like lyrical rap. I showed you and Jaron him when we were at work. He's more like a. I want to say he's more like a poet, like poetry slam type shit. Fucking free verse, just. His words support the beat instead of the beat supporting his words. I think there's a fine line between people who are rapping just over a beat and like their words actually supporting that beat. Like each word he fucking says hits that bass and it's just.
So like, he's a musician.
Yeah,
and I think that's important as a rapper too. We haven't ever really talked about this, but I mean, I said it in my first LYVHH video. As a musician, you got to. I know a lot of people don't produce their own stuff. X actually originally was producing his own stuff, but he finds producers that link with him well. And a lot of the reviews on this album, people are like, "Oh no, I think you should do a wider variety of producers." But he's with real smart producers, and I went to one of their Twitters, and he has like 1,000 followers or something unrealistic, and he has the #1 album. Or wherever the album's standing right now, but it was doing really well before the whole Spotify taking him off of there. And he's losing a lot of money, but they claimed that it's hate music, which I can tell right away. I don't even need to know X or ask him to know that that hurts more than the hundreds of thousands of dollars he's losing because he's trying to get a message out, and that his numbers are dropping because of it. And yeah, he has gotten in a lot of trouble, but they didn't address it. They addressed it as hate music, and it's unfortunate, but we're going to slowly transition.
But that could connect to the shit that he was doing on Instagram. A lot of his fucking
because I wasn't really aware of like some of the rants because I just
so like this is what put me off from fucking X was like I was fucking with him like as a person, and then I followed him on Instagram and I saw a lot of the shit that he was doing live, and like
some of the stuff sounds like similar to what Tekashi and Trippie Redd are beefing
like
about right now. It's unnecessary.
Well, yeah, he was just like, oh, fuck other rappers and blah, blah, blah. Like, referring to what I said earlier, was I found X through Adam22.
Shout out No Jumper.
Saw him on a couple of other interviews, and I was just like, oh, this guy's kind of legit, and like I didn't really like his music. The first song I heard from him was like "Look at Me," and it was just like, nah, it's all right.
I love
SoundCloud. Of course, but
I still love it.
It kind of like put me off from him musically, but like I was watching these interviews with him and kind of seeing what he was doing on like Instagram, and it was like, oh, this is like a real fucking dude who has real thoughts, and he's an artist. Like he's passionate about what he's doing, wants to get a message across. But he started off with his like fucking his social media bullshit, like ranting and just losing his fucking mind over like really weird shit, and I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Type shit.
Yeah, just unnecessary. And
some god said it the best. Fucking X is an emotional female, and that's why he can get away with it.
Yeah.
Because like one day he's happy, the next he's telling everyone to go fuck themselves, and how he hates everyone, and how he's never gonna make music again. And
but now he puts it through his music, and I think it's smart. If he takes the high road, it's gonna make him mainstream and make him stick around. Unlike the traditional rapper that spends all their money on chains and clothes, and it's just...
Well, yeah, you gotta invest money into what you're gonna be doing.
He has his own foundation currently, Helping Hand Challenge. I just think if he follows through, it makes you stay in tune with people like that. You have to stay current because you're like, what are these guys? How are they going to end up? Because this is a new social media age. It's insane. I think this was a good wrap, you guys. Do you have any thing you'd like to add? I just really wanted to bring X to people's attention. I didn't want to just throw his name in the title to get views, but he's misunderstood. And I want to know, I want you guys to be aware that he might be, like, even... He came in with a different... I told him to listen to some of his music. Luckily...
Because I came in a different mindset. Like, I'm not really somebody who listens to, like, SoundCloud rappers. I guess you could say I'm, like, more of a... What they call, like, old heads. I'm, like, really big into, like...
But you gotta open your mind. So do I.
Lyrics are important, I feel like. Like, what you're saying lyrically. You can't just keep on saying the same shit over and over and over.
It gets old.
You know, fucking little pump. Bitch.
Yeah.
Get it! Oh, God, Jesus, kill yourself.
But I do see some value in catchy stuff. And then you wanted to bring up tattoos, since he is my tattoo artist. He can expertly discuss this subject. And I agree. Let's just start off with Lil Pump. He just got the little alien up here, some spaceships on his face. At least X has some meaning. His I don't know if it's on the shirt well, but if you watch the No Jumper interview, it's his only interview, so I mean, I do love No Jumper, but like I'm not trying to like give them extra attention. But like each of his face tattoos, each of his tattoos have a meaning. His first tattoo is his mom's name, so like I mean, at least it's not an alien on his forehead.
Well, back to like what we were saying about like rappers having money and shit. You think they'd be able to afford like a better tattoo artist? And you know, like I was gonna say no disrespect to the people who tattoo, but fuck them. The thing is, it's just like tattoos are expensive for a reason. You know, they do
cars, clothing.
They take time. It's just like I don't think people understand that. Well, people come in and they're like, "Oh, you can do this in an hour, right?" And it's like a half sleeve. She's like, "Fucking no!" Like, what the
and
fuck
I'm
are
kind
you
of
doing?
that way. I'm an instant gratification kind of person. But then he's like,
"You are."
I mean,
but at least
come back at night, and then I'm like, "All right, what do you think about this font or something?" And you're like, "Oh no, there's a reason why I did it like this." I'm like, "Okay, I trust you. It's your art, anyways."
Well, yeah, you gotta like you were saying, like instant gratification. People just want shit fucking done now, and tattoos don't work that way. And so, like, going back to, like, rappers, you think that you'd have better tattoos. And, like, you know, Lil Peep had some fucked up shit. Like, I don't really know too much about him. Like,
but I think it kind of tells a story as he's evolved. He definitely probably got better tattoos as he had more money.
yeah, well,
Hence,
just, like, people... That shit's on you for fucking forever. It's just, like,
Yeah.
I don't see how people are okay with walking around with, like, shit tattoos. I have shitty tattoos for a different reason, though. It's just, like, it's not because of the lack of money or whatever. It's just, like, I started tattooing myself before I could tattoo other people. So I got all the dumb shit out of the way before I fucked somebody else up. And so you have all these rappers who have, like, really just shit fucking tattoos. Like, Post Malone is a different story. Like I was telling you earlier, it's just, like,
I looked up those knuckle tattoos, bro.
Dude,
that is wild.
the shit on
Quick
his
little
fucking knuckles.
screen grab of those knuckle tats.
Dude, that dude has micro tattoos of portraits on his fucking, like, hands. Like, that shit's fucking top notch. Like, you know he paid a pretty penny. Or a person who...
He grew up as an artist, though, beforehand, too, so...
Yeah, for real. You think, like, artists would want to get good art on their body. And, like, that shit's on you forever.
It's disheartening when you see rappers, because face tats are the new norm.
Well,
it's like, especially if it's on your face, if you're going to make a statement, at least make it a good tattoo, or you know what I mean?
Well, not even just that, it's a fucking trend. Like, there are trends within tattooing, and
that's
like,
just
face
forever.
tattoos are, I think you got guys who are just covered in really stupid, fucked up, like, dumb shit. It's like, why the fuck are you doing that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm down to, like, tattoo somebody's face, but, like, one that has to be good, too. Like, you have to realize this shit's on you for fucking ever. And, like, whatever you're going to go into, like, just make sure that you have a backup plan for that. Because, like, even though we're getting into a society that's more tattoo-friendly and whatnot, like, neck tattoos, hand tattoos, and, like, face tattoos are a legit commitment. That's shit that people see. Like, you can't just roll up your fucking sleeves. Yeah. Or roll down your sleeves and expect these to go away. You know, like, I had my fucking hands blasted, and, like, part of me wishes I waited. Like, I tattoo for a living. It's my fucking job. It's how
That's
I
why
make my
I
income.
went with just simplistic tattoos.
Yeah,
right?
I got, like, fucking... more words than fucking goddamn Jesus. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 words on my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, granted, they all have a meaning, and, like,
I mean, if they have a meaning, then you could front on someone and be like, yeah, I know it's not the best art, but it means a lot something to me, but, like, Lil Pump, bro, why would you get a spaceship on your forehead?
Well, it's not even just that. There's a difference between getting blasted and getting tattooed. Like,
yeah,
that's why.
If you're just getting face,
you see like rappers and shit,
neck
like,
tats, and that's it. It's
the shitty work.
You're doing it as a trend.
Well, yeah, like blasting is just getting coverage of like random shit.
That's a different story.
Yeah, versus like getting art, like real like art.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know.
Yeah,
I could go on about it. It's just one of those things that
it's just artist to artist. It's the stuff we analyze, and that's kind of why I think it's gonna separate us from the average album artist, song review, whatever. That's what LYVHH is all about. I think that really wraps it up, you guys. We're gonna just get better at this as we do more and more. But this has been an LYVHH video. I can't wait to edit it. Shout out my tattoo artist, Alonzo. We out this bitch. Gang!